What's up? What's up? How's everybody's Tuesdays today? Oh my god, that's the wrong screen. Give me 1 second, guys, to load this up real quick. Let me go ahead and turn off my overlay essentials because I'm actually going to be working on some video editing first before I. Oh my hat's on the wrong way. I'm going to be working on some video editing first before I turn on Persona today because I want to actually finish up this like video I've been working. I've been working on this video for the. I just realized how I just jumped from one sentence to another. I end up like talking like that in a very weird way sometimes. Anyways, everybody has their own talking habits. I've been working on a video lately, and it's just pretty nerve-wracking because like it's a lot of components smushed together, and this video has been taking me several days, and it's still not done yet. So it's like the latest video I've been working on for my most popular YouTube channel, Miltonacious, which is known for music mashups, original soundtracks from video games posted that nobody else posted yet, etc., etc. Your hat's right here, not catching Pokemon. Well, catching Personas is sort of similar to catching Pokemon. So, anyways, let me see. Let me catch up with the chat. I'm catching up with the chat. Do we have anything I missed? No, I didn't miss out on anything. So, um, the quality of the video is like lower right now because I've put the video preview at 1/4% of the playback resolution, and it still runs slow because. Okay, now you guys see the slowdown right there. So the visual elements of like this overall video, this is all pretty set right here. Like this audio spectrum on top of this, like the circle over here, the emblem, Violet's female selves in both versions of Smash and Fire Emblem Three Houses. You guys see what I'm going for. I'm like mashing up the Fire Emblem theme for Violet for Smash Ultimate, and it's still not done yet because I'm adding in a last touch, which is adding in the freaking lyrics, and this is still taking me a lot of time to do. Not only am I adding in this layer of lyrics, but I'm also adding in like a color tone to it. Bruce Pranks, so what the Battle Royale, GG, Bruce, GG, G freaking G. And this is something I've done for one of my earlier videos, and if you would ask, I would say AQ3D News, nothing important happened, that's all for AQ3D News, 3 Fates. I wasn't expecting any AQ3D news anyway. The next time I'm gonna be streaming AQ3D is probably when Breaking Benjamin happens anyway. That's the thing. So anywho, the last thing that I done with so this is what the most popular YouTube channel actually. That's almost at 300 subscribers. As you can see, my most popular videos actually, this Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite soundtrack has been my most popular one before in the beginning, and then like I don't know how Street Fighter Nash's mashup like happened, but like it could have been more perfected and stuff. This video got popular because it was a meme. Super Smash Ultimate mashup, obviously. It was a lot more popular than freaking Ridley, that's for sure. This one is because Devil May Cry 5's fan base giving me support. My latest videos have not been doing so well, but with only the most popular one we can get in Devil May Cry 5. Let me see here. This is a birthday mashup. I didn't get a lot of people liking it, but it was a pretty epic one that I worked hard on to begin with. And that's like a thing with that's the thing with like YouTube, is that like if you put in a lot of time and work into the content that you make and you don't get much out of it, it's because pretty much YouTube's algorithm is working against you, and it's pretty much working against me in any case. Like unless you're a partner YouTube channel, then you really won't get yourself anywhere. Back to what I was saying. The thing is, Did I add a shadow to the text? I think I did. Well, you guys get the there's the point. So what the last thing I'm trying to do is not only just add lyrics, because the mashup, this mashup that I'm doing, that's like a 7-minute long video. It has lyrics as long, just like this one that I uploaded from September 28th, 2018. But also because what is it? And yay, thank you Tripshot for the sub. I totally appreciate it. Totally appreciate it. So basically what I'm trying to do is add in text and then have in the coloration of the karaoke lyrics that you can see in a lot of karaoke videos, actually. And that's what I'm trying to do right now for this one video. So basically, I'm adding in the lyrics for the mashed up songs, and then is missing the melty mushroom jumping over the words. I don't have a melty mushroom jumping over the words. I mean, that is so extra, Tripshot. Like, that is like very, very, very extra. The mushroom is part of my identity as Miltendo. Miltenacious is just like a regular, and that's gonna take like extra work. Like, it's already enough work for me to the properties of adding in a jumping mushroom is possible, but it's just extra work. So see the timing between like the coloration of these 4 characters, between these 4, that requires keyframes. Keyframes are the element that you use in video editing to time an action from happening. So I probably time this at like 0.45. I timed this to turn white at 0.45 seconds, and while I had this force 4 characters timed at 43 seconds to actually work. And if I were to add in a jumping mushroom, that'd take extra work, because that adds in like every millisecond requires a keyframe for a jumping mushroom. And this is on top of adding in like a bunch of text, and also this mashed up audio is something I also did in Adobe. Let me find the sequence for it, because I just organized this. Yeah, so like I don't use like an audio program to like mash up audio. I just like use the video editor, and like I could like speed up the tempo and stuff, and like, but when I tried doing it for the 3 tracks here, it just messing up the tempo really messed things up in my ear, according to my ear, and I had to study the audio carefully to make sure they align with each other. Hey, I'm not trying to say, hey Melty, make an anime cover from Slayer's Angel of Death, so do not worry. I mean, I don't know. It could be an idea. Oh my god, the timing of that quote, Mr. Horizon. You're saying Tripshot knows the way? Oh my god. But yeah, so it's on top of mashing up audio, on top of making lyrics, on top of adding in a lot of text, on top of adding in this long credit sequence that I always put at the end of my videos, on top of, let me show you guys something else. I also like add in the audio spectrum from Adobe freaking After Effects, which is the program to go to if you were to add in special effects that you could also add in, like you see from movies, like blood effects or fire effects or thunder effects or glowy magical Doctor Strange like effects. In here, I don't have enough RAM to like use everything now, but like Adobe After Effects is the one program that I use to make my freaking audio spectrums. So this is the program right here that requires a lot of things, a lot of wickamabobs. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just turn off my face cam actually, so you guys can actually just listen to my voice audio. So all the jigs and everything, all the settings that you have to adjust here is what it will take for you to actually make an audio spectrum that will have you have a circle move to the beat, as well as the color spectrum animating along with the beat of the music too. Spoiler, Mr. Yorai is actually Uganda Knuckles. Anyways, but yeah, And I did 2 of these actually. I didn't put in just one. I made 2 of these. So you have the circle spectrum along with the side spectrum. So I put in this one. Like, these are the more simple spectrums. And then the other one is the more complicated. The other one I showed you guys, the circle one, is a lot more complicated. But this is a simple one to do if you want to start off making like spectrum videos for your favorite audios. And it's very captivating to look at. The only problem is that due to it being a raw After Effects file and not exactly a converted video file, you can put it directly into your video editor for Adobe Premiere. It doesn't work the same way if you use a different video editor, but it's best if you use a different video editor to make your After Effects, your special effects files into a video format that can be read by your video editor. So you have a pre-rendered special effects template already for your video. Do they come in orange? Does what come in orange?
So be it. I reward your cleverness this.
The red and blue sound thingies, the spectrums, you mean, the lines that you see on the side. You could change the color of it. Yeah, you could definitely change the color of it. I'm just having the color like this because Fire Emblem Three Houses is thematically red, blue, and yellow for the 3 houses. My last YouTube upload was to. I know. The one of the problems is I have a love-hate relationship with making YouTube videos for Meltinacious because, as I said, this video has been taking me several days to work on because not only have I been doing this on top of streaming, I've also been doing this on top of like making sure I apply to jobs and also having an existential crisis in my recreational gaming, and also games that force me to have to do daily battle passes and stuff. Red, blue, and yellow. Now I do not play Pokemon anymore. Well, it's the thing that's the motif. It's not just Pokemon that can be having the red, blue, and yellow color scheme. Anything can have a red, blue, and yellow color scheme, actually. And because not a lot of people in AQ3D play games outside of AQ3D, I have to educate people. Fire Emblem Three Houses right here has the 3 colors: blue, yellow, and red. 3 houses that are against each other with different faction leaders. Hence the color scheme. And yeah, the Persona 3, 4, and yeah, they do have that color scheme too. Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of games have the primary color scheme, and Fire Emblem Three Houses is no exception. And I still don't have this game on my Nintendo Switch yet. At first, I actually read that as the S word. So anyways, back to what I was doing for the lyrics. So the lyrics are just about like 2/3 done. Oh, no, I forgot. Oh, right. I've been copy and pasting lyrics, so I have to actually like recopy and repaste these lyrics. Okay, so this one is My Dearest Tier 2. All I'm just simply doing is copying and pasting into here. But the only modifications I made to the text here is that I use Impact, which is basically the font you use for memes nowadays. And all the settings here are set. I just added in a shadow to it so the text pops out a little bit more on the video. And I've also added in an outer stroke so you can see it a little bit better if you add a stroke to it. Lag. Yeah, I was experiencing lag yesterday when I was just streaming. It's probably the internet too. It's not something I can fix. It's probably Twitch doing its thing again. It doesn't say I'm lagging on my end, so something is going wrong. Well, it says it's unstable. It looks like it's a poor network detection. That is weird. Okay, I guess we're back to normal now. Yeah, it's not something I can fix. It's something that the internet has to fix itself. There we go. Normally I would have background music playing, but because I'm literally listening to music, whoops, wrong window. I actually have to like mute the background audio in order to actually make this work. This is a very meticulous process, and I'm such an extra person. If I were to add a jumping mushroom, that'd be much more extra for me to do. And like I already spent like several days working on this video. We got to finish it today. That only seemed to grow. That only seemed to grow. Whee! They are as snow. Okay, so once I'm done copying in these lyrics, I just have to add in the coloration layer, and then we can save this. Melting away. Don't ever take back your kind. What lyrics? Okay, that's the closing credits version. Don't ever take. So what I'm doing first, before I actually do anything, I'm going ahead and title these verses, just so I can get them all organized. As you can see, guys, I'm trying to keep things organized over here. Okay, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. So before I even like copy over the lyrics, I want to make sure the timing of the lyrics is right first. Because timing is key, especially in Smash too. So I have to listen carefully to when the singer pronounces a letter, the d or the or the s or the th. Like every single sound effects matters. So like 1 second before she pronounces a letter. All right, so there's going to be 2 more sets of lyrics I have to put in here, and then we just need to add in the coloration. That's done. I'm the only one left on the screen because nobody else is talking. Nobody else is talking, dude. Oh, by the way, Bruce, so where we got to, I did a little bit of farming Persona 3 yesterday. We finally maxed out Alice, and I'm just working on Titania right now, and my character is almost level 63. So I think 63 should be the right level for the next the November 3rd full moon boss. I mean, Kaiser Dude, one of my VIPs, has told me it's plot heavy, but if level 63 is fine for the character, I hope that should be fine. Otherwise, I think the rest is just the rest of my party members that might be under-leveled, question mark. But otherwise, I feel like we should be almost okay for November 3rd. Because I think at this point, my main character can pretty much carry the entire team. All right, now let me go ahead and copy. Level 63 is fine? All right. Don't ever take... Can you believe that Fire Emblem is also a turn-based game like Persona? And people actually die in Fire Emblem? I sound stupid sometimes. Oh, she does say kind hand. I thought she says something else. No, sometimes don't you mean all the time? Pretty much. I mean, it's a thing about, like, what is it? Social media platforms in general is that, like, the more stupid you look, the better that the more that you'll get people to watch you. Or you sound, actually. Sometimes people get entertainment by just their, sometimes your, let me see. Just by, like, voice impressions alone, you can get a lot of people watching you, actually. What the heck? Coca-Cola has an energy drink now? What the heck? No way does Coca-Cola have an energy drink. Oh my god. They actually made an energy drink for Coca-Cola. That's bonkers, man. Anyways, let me make sure I get these lyrics out of the way. Let me see. What was it called? Oh, only we will know all that was lost. So much copying, pasting, and editing. It's also like why I have a gripe with YouTube nowadays is that, like, no matter how much time and effort I put into editing, it's just not paying off as a platform anymore for me to ever, like, get a career on. Because, like, I like doing Twitch, though. It's like, it's pretty chill. It seems a little bit more versatile and expansive than Mixer at the moment in terms of audience engagement. I mean, Mixer has its own thing going on, but in terms of, like, the type of stuff that the type of stuff that I stream and what I do like to stream and the people I find to talk to, I like it. And I'm not being too pushy for partner right now. It's like, I'm trying to focus on I'm focusing on being chill and really reestablishing the community. And making sure that we're back on track to where we should be from the get-go. the least smart, get more friends you get. YouTube takes your life and soul. Oh yeah, it does take a lot of people's life and souls, and you get copyright strikes every other way. That's another thing, like, I have a gripe about YouTube. It's just that the copyright system is just completely inorganic and flawed. Which one of these sets of lyrics has the most? As you can see, we have a lot. That's a weird Wait, hold on. Let me go back to my main audio. That sounded weird to me. I'm very, very picky because I'm I have OCD. That's why. Maybe I need to add. Let me add in an audio, a transition there. I was like, wait, how come there's a cut in? There's a weird sounding cut in according to my ears. Okay, let's try adding an audio fade. That's fixed it. Yep, this is what happens when I have OCD. Like, I have to pay attention to every single detail that really, really triggers my nerves. Actually... she's a different name. Are you kidding me? Actually, you know what? Let's make it not exist in the project. Yes. Okay. And also, like, this is just a simple exporting process. The export process in and of itself, when it comes to sending, like, exporting audio, it doesn't take long. But if you want to render, like, okay, so let me put this audio back in so we don't lose our sanity. If we were to render all of this jibber jabber right here, it's just gonna take at least like 3 hours to get it all done. So this is something that I have to, like, let my computer do before I go to sleep tonight. So I have to close out all browsers and everything in order to actually get this going. You have a sole copyright strike. I had one before you. Wait, you make YouTube stuff as well, Bruce? Like, you upload stuff onto YouTube as well? Color me surprised. Yeah, it was like an original goal for me to actually be a YouTube content creator, but now it's just like, I kind of prefer Twitch now. But at the same time, video content does supplement, like, your reputation on Twitch, and I have to get on that. I do have, like, a bunch of clips I've been hoarding in my channel, and I should actually compile together. I don't think I've had too many memorable ones for Persona, but I do like the game so far. You don't have one now? It sounds a little bit better, but it's not something I could entirely fix. Yeah, I can't entirely fix it. The fade is just the best I could do. Given with what I have to work with. Cuts across. Wait, hold on. Cuts across. Oh, hold on. Okay, so, and then the last set of lyrics is just pretty much sort of a repeat to the first lyric, and then it's just back to... Reach for my hand, I'm far away, into the dawn, I wish I could stay, here in cherish home, in peaceful days, I feel the edge of dawn, knowing... I should lower that. Wait, I could just lower it directly from here. The audio is spiking, which is good and bad. Because, like, I normally set my decibels to, like... Oh my god, don't remind me about that game. That is such an emotional game that I beat and played. I'm not ready to play the prequel or Life is Strange 2. Ugh, that game is such a journey. Like... Okay, now we're gonna go to number 10. So let's copy paste this. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, 10 sets of verses. That's insane. Fudge. Fudge buckets. I could use a bucket of fudge right now with ice cream. Because after this, I do have to get some food, and then I'll start up Persona 3. I'm trying to think. Oh, right. Lyrics. Can't forget the lyrics. The blue moonlight cuts across our sight as pure as we. Oh, I see you redeemed a reward, Bruce. Wait, did I add you yet on Steam? I'm not so sure if I did. Let me check, actually. I think once I get the lyrics down, so long as I got a... Let me see. Let me see it. Did I add you on Steam yet? Hey, Bruce, I already have you added. I already have you added on Steam. So there's no need to use your there's no need to use your tokens again for that. Trying to think what else I could do. Oh yeah. Pure and clear as a rainy. Oh wait, what was I saying? As a ringing bell, ringing bell. I almost spent 1 hour just on video editing alone. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. See, video editing is a time-consuming process, and like, people do get paid for this kind of work. I don't. I used to like to do this for fun, but then I now have a love-hate relationship with video editing. I swear now. Okay, now we could copy and let's make the last set of lyrics so we can get that out of the way. Copy that. What else have you been up to, Bruce? Talk to me. Don't let the silence of my editing seize you from the communications. G-H-I. Okay. All right. Timing again. Here we go. Lyrics are almost done. I just need to add in the color up layer, and then that'll be good. It's a weird echo effect I hear in here.
Memories that made those days sublime. Those days sublime. These ruined halls and tombs. Stolen tombs, stolen time. Reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn.
Clear all markers. Your editing skills are impeccable. Dude, I have OCD and I've done video editing for like a good 5 years now. I have a boring life. What is there to talk about? Yeah, same here. Same here. Same here. Probably couldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't be as boring as mine outside of streaming.
These ruined halls
Oh, wait. The lyrics.
and walk. Open the door
And walk away. Never give in to the call of yesterday. Memories that made those days sublime. These ruined halls and tombs, stolen time. That sounds about right. Maybe I could do Twitch things again. I don't know. And walk away. And that should be the last of the lyrics. I'll do one color up sample just to show you guys what I mean by keyframes. And then I'll save the rest of the color up for off stream, and I'll move on to Persona 3 because I already spent like almost 1 hour in video editing alone. It most likely as boring as your life, working, watching people on the internet for the sake of purpose.
And walk away. Never I could ever give in to the call of yesterday.
I have messed up. Damn it. It's like building blocks.
Stolen tombs, stolen time. Reach for my hand, I'll soar away
Living to. Whoops, my bad. Didn't mean to copy. Oh, shoot. Come on, man. Okay. Copy that. Paste that. Boom. It looks complicated right now, but it takes major practice to video edit it. Jump. It takes really major practice. Memories that make or made. Either way works. It's just I mashed up both lyrics. Because one of the versions of the song is in the present tense, and the other one's in the past tense. So I'm going to put in both this time.
Memories that made the
Almost done copy pasting lyrics.
hearing
Whoop.
those days sublime. These ruined halls and tombstones. In peaceful time, reach for my hand. I'll soar away into the dawn. I wish I could
Wait, what?
soar away into the dawn. I wish I could stay here in Paris Hall. In peaceful days, I feel the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays.
Well, that part would be done already. So technically speaking, I could probably like finish off the video just like that with this whole entire with all these lyrics right here. Bin lyrics. So the lyric sequence, I could just add right on top of here, so that aligns directly with the. Well, there's a lot of layers here. If you use Photoshop, then you probably get the same. This is probably the same idea, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this part. Actually, no. I already have the main audio right here, so I just need to scooch the lyrics over here, and then these are all layers stacked on top of each other for the background, the pictures, the audio spectrum, everything that I put in like one mashup video. I just put right here. And the magnet is turned off for some reason. The magnet helps to like stick them all into one place at the same checkpoint and stuff.
On my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. I wish I could stay here and share the halls in.
Well, I'm done. Well, another thing, I have to actually position and resize the lyrics so they are visible. So now I have to take this entire. That way, I don't have to go into every single one of these lyrics and adjust the individual sizes on the properties over here that's covered by my promotional banner. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, let me move that. Let me move that stupid thing. Okay, so the properties of a layer. These are layers here. This is for visual layers. This is for sound layers. You can adjust the individual properties, whether it be for the size of it, how they blend into a visual layer, and these settings right here. And these can always be adjusted. So in this case, I'm going to move the lyrics down here to the bottom, and then I'm going to reduce the size by, I would say, I think like a good 85% is good. You know what? Let me move this down a little bit further. About 935. I like my
Peaceful days, I feel the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays.
Okay, so let's see how that looks on top of the spectrums altogether. Because you want to have like a fine feng shui balance between like all your visual elements. So I could probably say this could be raised up a little bit more. So that way, the G and the Y will touch my watermark over here, and it sort of touches the the things up here too. So technically, at this point, I should be done. The one last thing I want to demonstrate to you guys is I want to show you guys like how can we be more extra about a lyric video? Like what more can we do to add to it? Well, as I showed in my Princess Kenny video, there's an effect that I call the karaoke color up. So, as you could tell by the Japanese characters that are changing colors, this is a karaoke color up that they that they do in like videos, and I made it so extra in this as well. So, I'm going to do one set of lyrics, and then after that, I'm going to do it for the rest of the lyrics, and then I'm going to finish off this video for tonight. Let me just add in transitions. So, every video editor has an effects window. This is where mine is. There's audio transitions, which I use, and video transitions. The one I use the most is like fading. So this one I'm going to be using to dip to white. I'm going to use dip to white over here, dissolve that. This one is marked at 25 seconds, which is fine for me. The timing of the lyrics is just off, mostly because of how like the video editor is trying to render everything, which I don't exactly want to do right now because it'll take up space and RAM on my computer, which we're going to do at the end, like before, at the end of the night, actually. I'm not going to be streaming that long anyways, so we're going to go for 1 minute on the dip to black. So that's pretty much all the layers. I have crazy amount going on over here. I have the lyrics layer. I have the watermarks layer. I have my 2 PNG files of Byleth, the waifu. I have two different audio spectrums going on. I have flying ashes in the background with another background image on top of a wallpaper, and then there's the mashed up audio. There's a lot going on that I spent the past several days on for this video. But just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to show you guys how you could go about doing a karaoke color up. If you have Adobe Premiere Pro, that is. I don't know how it works in Sony Vegas because I know a lot of people also love to use Final Cut Pro. That's the one I was talking about. Final Cut Pro and Sony Vegas. And video editing is a complex thing, but it just takes major practice. And once you get into the groove of practicing with video editing, like you can enjoy making some time to make some meme videos, which is a lot of people love to do. Actually, they love to video edit to make meme videos. Okay, so the audio is not here for the Princess Kenny video that I made, but here it's called a color matte. Now the color matte is an extra layer that I made. Let me see here. So I made a color matte of pink. And then for some reason, I made a separate color matte. Oh, right. I made a separate color matte because I made 2 sets of lyrics for this video. I did it for one song, and then I did it for the Princess Kenny song. In this case, we only need 1 color matte in order to time it for. Now, the properties I've applied here is the blend property. The blend property allows me to blend with a particular layer. In this case, I blended with the color matte above Princess Kenny. Now, in this case, I complicated things. I stacked everything. My mistake is I stacked everything on here, so it took more time instead of making let me close this out, actually. Instead of making different sequences and making it look all nice and clean and organized right here, actually. I should have, actually done that for this beginning part and the ending portion. So I'll make this look a little bit cleaner, for the final end product. And this looks a lot more like a mess, which I realize is just terrible, terrible on my part as a video editor. So let's make a color matte. So for this one, I'm gonna go with a let's make a new item, color matte. Or this one, I'm gonna go with you know what? Hold on a second. So what's the color I'm looking for? Okay, let's grab the color of Byleth's hair over here when he does his final smash. So, color matte. Well, this is the Princess Kenny project. I want to actually go close this panel. Close panel. Okay, color matte. Over here. Let's find the lightest shade of green I can find. Okay. This green looks good enough. Okay, so this one is, I'm going to call Lyric Edge of Dawn Color Matte. Okay, so that's the last thing that we need in order to make this possible. So we're going to put one color matte on here. Now, it's not going to cover the entire sets of lyrics. We still have to add our blending property. So let me look it up. Blend. So we add blend to this. And now we just need this to blend with layer. In this case, 1. Now, in this one, I made it blended with... Let me find my color matte again. Darken only. So let's do that. Darken only. Now blend with the original. Blend with the original should be at 0%. This feels like an educational video I'm doing because I'm kind of like, I have like a, what is it, low-key, I have like a summer camp position over the summer, and I'm teaching kids, middle school kids, how to video edit it. So this is actually kind of a pretty neat little tutorial kind of thing. So here's what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I know what I'm doing. Then we have a crop layer. The crop layer is what I'm doing in order to... crop is another effect I've added in order to make the color matte possible. So let's look for crop. Let's add crop to here. So now our color matte has two different properties. Yeah, so after I'm just demonstrating how like the karaoke lyrics work for every karaoke video you go to, which is how they do it for the particular video. So after this, once I'm done with a few more of it, I'll be done. Now let's go ahead and do the crop too. And so I'm gonna splice this. I'm gonna splice my color matte into a bunch of different segments. And you know what? While we're at it, hold on. While we're at it, let's not do it like that. Let's splice it for the entire thing. Boom. Call me crazy. So that way, each set of lyrics has its own color matte to it. Just like that. Boom. Snip. Boom. Snip. And boom. Okay, so... Oh, whoops. Forgot the gap. Snip. Boom. So that way I don't have to make some new ones and make the same effect for each and every one of them. We try to be as organized as possible when we're video editing. Anyways, back to the first set of lyrics. Okay, so we now have the effects we want. We have blend, and now we have blend, and now we have crop. Now all we have to do is get crop to work, and then we could be able to colorize the lyrics. Now, this timer signal is a toggle animation thing. It's what we use in order to establish a keyframe. A keyframe is what Tripshaw was mentioning earlier about a jumping mushroom. This is a property we would need in order to animate something at the certain period of time. So referencing back to my Princess Kenny video, I had this at hold. Opacity is perfect. So let's close out like this motion layer since we don't need to focus on that for now. So we're at darken only, 0% center. Darken only, 0% center. Perfect. So all we need are the keyframes here. So here's a keyframe. Now I can edit this and say hold. Whew, okay. Hold. In this case, I don't really need this at this point. And then I'll start it with this lyric so I could give a demonstration. So I need to correct this keyframe to hold. All right, this is where we can change it up. Now the color match should be visible at this point. Unless I'm missing one step. Uh-huh, I see what's going on. So at every single keyframe that I did, we need to make sure that at every keyframe we have the color extend. So let me make sure that's happening. If it's not happening, then I'm not so sure what's going on. Interesting. So what happened? I need to test something real quick. This might be the case of actually, it might be the case where the lyrics, okay, hold on a second. What if we do this? Let me copy this over here. If I put the lyrics on top of here, what will happen? It should be blending. That's the one thing that's really interesting is that it should be blending. I'm not so sure why it's not, which is pretty odd. Because I haven't seen this happen before. And I based it off a tutorial that I found on YouTube alone, actually. We're not every is hold on a second. Adobe Premiere. Because we're not always perfect with it. Video Revealed actually has a pretty good tutorial, and I based my edits off of him.
but this title has already shown up. Okay? The song down here on V mat for each line. Create a color mat so it goes to the whole length of the project. Again, remember, I wanted a color mat. This is what it looks like. It's completely blue over top. And what I want above, blend effect. So in my effects, effect, and if we look up here, and you can see if I turn the blend mode on, it's blending with video layer 2.
Which is weird considering that should be the case with me. So I already had my setting this on to video layer 1, which is weird. The property of my color mat it hasn't changed. It's still this light greenish hue. So like people may be wondering what's going on with the greenish hue? Why is it not blending with video 1? I think probably a good case. Let me see. It's doing its job though.
I'll soar away.
And you can see what I'm trying to do. I'll soar away. So that's also technically the property of how we can actually get a color mat to animate. So let me go ahead and I'll soar. So we're going to go, when you use the keyframe, you go I'll soar away. This is the amount of the screen the color mat is like covering, and what I've been trying to do is trying to blend it with the text, which is a problem because it doesn't want to blend in. That's video 2 alone. That's video 3. It's video 2. Now this is tint only. Lighten only does this. Color only does this, which makes it weird. And then there's crossfade, which apparently does this. Now, if we blend with the original, it just doesn't work like that. You use stretch to fit or center, but as far as I know, that's like the best we can do for now. Which is pretty weird. I have to look into the blending properties later, though, so yeah.
That's where my titles are. The mode is set to darken only. And also blend with original is 0. When you use this for the very first time, blend with original is 100%. So turn that down to 0 and choose one of these. Crossfade doesn't work. Color only works, but unfortunately what it does is it also puts it over the black outline. Tint only does the same thing. Darken does what I want, which darkens the white, makes it blue, and leaves the black where it is. Lighten does the opposite.
All right, so let's remove this. In this case, if we look at lighten only in the beginning, and let's see if it works.
I'll soar away.
We forgot to add the crop. That's the problem. That's the thing.
I'll soar away.
Okay, so in this case, we're actually going to have to reverse the colors, which is not something that's too difficult. So all we have to do is just go darken only doesn't work. It's mostly because let me copy down the color codes real quick. If you're changing the color in Adobe, Adobe, you have to take note of the color codes. Color codes, which is what you can find right here. So I'm going to make a note saying that Byleth green hair is color code. Byleth dark navy hair is, and that's what I need the color code for. So let's grab the color code for Byleth's dark navy hair. So now it's a simple matter of, let me see. So the dark navy hair is this color code. Boom. We almost spent 1.5 hours just video editing alone. See, video editing is a time-consuming process. It's not to be underestimated. So for the sake of demonstration, let's change the color code. So let's change this from the navy color to this color. And now we can change the color matte from this color, the dark navy color, because what we want to do is to go from light to dark. Now we can remove lighten only and go to darken only. It looks pretty off-putting at first, but when you put it in the main sequence, when you put it in the main sequence, that's how a lyric video should work. Let's make sure away, let's see, I'll soar away. Let's make sure at away the whole color. There we go. So for this part, I'm going to make sure that owl is covered. So we're going to try to make it go at 40%. And then over here, keyframe number 2. Second word is covered, like that. I feel like I'm doing one long tutorial. There we go. That's karaoke lyrics for you. You just need to actually take care of the color matte layer, which is the top layer over here, and then stack it with the crop effect and the blend effect. Now, let's say you want to be more extra. What if you want to drag the color? Everybody's soaring away at this point. Now, let me be much more extra with one more step. What if you want to drag the color instead of having it pop, pop, pop? No problem. Let's change one keyframe to linear. So it's 55% color over here, and at this keyframe at 55% color over here, we're going to make it the starting point for an animation that will end with it being 100%. Now it should animate like this. Booyah! And that is how we do karaoke lyrics on channel Miltendo.
That was easy.
That was easy. Oh my god. You wish it were easy. You wish. Alright, so this color matte thing, I'm going to work on it after I finish streaming, but this is the last part of the video I do need to take care of, and we've already spent like a good hour, 30 minutes like doing some video editing. I'm going to go ahead and boot up some Persona 3. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and play an advertisement break for you guys, and I'll be right back while I boot up Persona 3. In the meantime, let me go ahead and turn on some intermission music as well.